Okay, let's start with the indexes. And as we see from what's going on, we had tight range today. I mean, really tight range today. Look at what's going on. This is today's action on the 30-minute. Actually didn't only got like one or two opportunities to trade today, so I was actually glad that I was green because I'm again I only trade futures, but it wasn't moving sideways. So I like that my strategy keeps me out of getting trades versus what can happen is you be impatient and feel like, damn, I'm not getting any trades today. But if your strategy is keeping you out of the shit, that's a good strategy. Any Most strategies will be able to, when it's trending, really strongly get you in. Those are not the days that I'm worried that my strategy is not going to give me a trade. It's days like this to keep me out that actually shows me more value with my strategy than the days that it's just trending, just going all the way up, or maybe it's going the opposite, just going all the way down. Those are the days that you really got to see. Like, is my strategy giving me a lot of alerts on a choppy day that makes it that can get chopped up, or is it keeping me out? So that's just some knowledge to kind of or take away from some of these small body candles, which is just showing indecision. I still see the underlying trend as being up. Does it deserve a pullback from these levels? I think so. But again, you had this pullback, which was what was it, 1.4%, 1.5%, and it continued and got up. Uh, if you're a breakout trader, this you're probably going to get squeezed a little bit depending on where you put your stops. I don't trade breakouts, so again, I would be looking around the 16th, which I said before, and I'll be actually looking to take off profits now and probably roll my stop up to break even and go from there. That's just the way that I trade. And you can see again, QQQ, same thing. It's really sideways right now. I don't want to pull out another. Well, might as well pull out another box on and just say, listen, we're trading pretty much sideways because I'm not trading the box. I'm just showing that the box is showing the range. So some people trade the box and just want to. That's just not my style, and I'm not one to knock anyone's style because at the end of the day, if you're profitable and you feel comfortable with it, and you're have comfortable with the risks with it, that's your style, and no one should be saying somebody else's style is shitty versus their style because kind of sound like a dick, and that's not really what I think this should be about. The Russell 2000, again, this is profit taking to me. Again, if you're trading the breakout, I think you've got some days, and I think you should be looking at taking some profits as well. I think it's just going to get some type of pullback. See if these levels, the 11, excuse me, the 1180, 1175 area can hold and continue to the upside. Again, these things don't go straight up or straight down. Again, the diamond, really hard right here. I think if somebody wants to play something, they're going to have to, there's some minimal risk right here. I mean, you're talking about what, 65, 75 cents. This is if it breaks above these highs and continues above, but just remember there's probably a shitload of orders up there, so sometimes they can be funky with it. So just be cautious. But I like that the volume is actually decreasing on a pullback. So again, I think that we have more to the upside, and that's just where the trend is. As much as people might hate it or not, that's just where the trend is. So yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. So let's look at some names from that I spoke about last week. You got XLO. This is why I don't trade the breakouts because I would have rather gotten around here, the 19th. And this is what happens sometimes when you trade the breakout. They flash it up and they try to squeeze out people because most people will put their stop right below it, and it just takes like one day of pullback to get them out. So just be careful regarding that. You got Monsanto's, pretty much the same thing. There probably was a bunch of orders up here. They flashed them out. Again, I'm looking at to get around this area. That's just how I'm looking to adapt my trading. Johnson & Johnson looks good. Nice inside day, so we can see if we can break above this high, keep your stop below there, and maybe it can run up for some more. But it has a nice, handsome move pretty much from these levels, and that's up almost 3.5%. So that's good. I mean, and you got the high volume, so at the tail end. So I mean, it's not saying it might be exhaustion, but again, if it breaks above that, it could go to new highs. You got ExxonMobil that I showed last week that looked really good. We got BHI. That was one that was looking good. And again, if you're trading the breakout, you probably got 1 or 2 days and you got a scale, and then pretty much that it. So that's kind of like, and again, this is just my adaptation. And you had this engulfing pattern on AMP that we talked about, and that still should have paid you pretty well. I mean, it's still paying you, 2%, so you can't be mad at that. Banking sector looks pretty good. You got Goldman looking good, setting up. You got Bank of America actually giving a higher low. So if we can get a break above here, I would say that if we get above this 16 level again, I would be peeling off, and it all depends on your risk reward and how you manage that. That's all on personal things. But Wells Fargo looks pretty good. Citigroup gives a nice outside bar candle. Let's see if that has any follow through tomorrow. Prudential is tapping the breakout levels, so maybe it's pulling back, and maybe it'll give a little bit more momentum to that side. Let's look at a weekly. Yeah, so that would kind of, I guess, no, not really giving you the cup and handle, but you can kind of see, you know, I don't know, like a rounding bottom or whatever the hell you want to call it. I wouldn't even call it that, but basically a formation that's coming up to set up for new highs. You got Morgan Stanley might be a nice little pullback to these highs, which I like, breaking, giving a little bit of spacing, so that might look. Some other names to look at is Ford and Home Depot actually looks pretty good, setting up, going sideways, see if we can break to the upside. Energy names, COP, gone. I wouldn't be chasing this one. Just wait, keep it on your watch list. Energy names. Chevron, gone. Halliburton, gone. And showed ExxonMobil. So some mobile names I want you to look at too is Facebook. Let's see what we got going on here. We got some sideways movement, so we want to see if we can. I mean, if you're aggressive, I think you take above this high and see where it can go. But yeah, I think that's going to be the case. So it's just going sideways right now, and we want to see if it could break above today's high and continue. Volume decreasing a little bit. Momentum is kind of flat, so just be cautious with this one. You got LinkedIn. LinkedIn as well is same kind of setup. Actually, if it breaks above these highs for today and follow throughs with some type of volume, see the momentum is still to the upside. Target might be around this level of 182. Yeah, 182. I mean, that's where I would be looking to go for it. I mean, why not? And go from there. I mean, you got the 10 above the 50. So again, you can see it's kind of downtrendish, so you got to just be careful. So it is giving you a higher low, sloppy movement to the downside. So maybe it can give you a punch 182, and then that 200 level is not very far. Tesla is looking now to give people that were patient, they got in, maybe some that might have chased, but you keep your stop below here, and now it's continuing the move from previous. So that's good because the volume came at the beginning of the trend. You got 3D. 3D popped up. I know everybody said there may be a lot of people that had that trigger. It came, filled the gap, and continued to the upside. So again, the 200 might be a viable stop place as far as a target. You got Apple. Apple to me needs to show me more because this does not look good so far. The volume is decreasing, so I don't know if this is exhaustion to the downside or it's actually starting. So I want to see where these highs break and where they continue. Last but not least, Twitter. It probably doesn't even want me to show me this crap. So come on, Twitter. Jesus. Okay, cool. Twitter has been going up. So again, I would look for some type of pullback, and I would double check this because sometimes water can be funky with the colors. So I don't know if it went up all these days. I mean, to be up 10 days in a row, trading days, I don't think so. Plus, it's not matching this. So just look at that. But again, I would expect some type of pullback. I wouldn't chase right here and see where we go from there. So take care. I've gone over my time, but I figured there's a lot of different names that you want to look at, especially with it being such a choppy day today. If you like it, please comment. If you want to see any names tomorrow, please leave some in the comment section below. Take care.